how to do a split squat. So there are so many different variations about how to do a split squat, how to do a stationary lunge, how to do a deficit split squat, and every single one is going to be unique for you. So that's why it's important for you to communicate with your coach, send them form videos so that you are doing it properly and the way that your coach wants you to do it, because everybody has different limb lengths. I have very short legs, you might have longer legs, so your stance within the split squat or some sort of split squat variation is going to look different for you. But the premise is that you want to have your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart before you start and before you turn to your position. And as you come down, you want to have your knees at about a 90-degree angle. Again, this is going to look a little bit different for everybody, but if you're a beginner, this is where you want to start, 90-degree angle. And the amount of dorsiflexion that you have within your ankle, or how far your knee goes above your foot, is also going to vary from person to person, depending on how much range of motion you do have at your ankle. But essentially, if you have a little bit more range of motion, that's going to give you a much greater stretch in your glute. So it depends if you have a greater range of motion or not, but you really want to sink your hips back and push through the heel, the big toe, and the baby toe as you come up and as you come down. Now, you can see that I am holding something to make this movement a little bit more stable so that you're not using different muscles that aren't necessary and aren't part of the exercise and isolating the muscles. So if you do have a little bit more stability, it doesn't matter what you hold on to. It could be a wall, it can be a bench, a chair, but I do want you to hold on to something so that you're really isolating the muscle. So now, going into different variations, again, check with your coach, but you can have a front foot elevated split squat, which will give you, again, a little bit more range of motion, because now you have a little bit more ways to go downward, okay? You can also have a rear foot elevated split squat. So you can elevate your back foot, which will also give you a little bit more range of motion as you come down and as you come up. But the premise is the same throughout the entire exercise, is that you want to drive your knee forward, drive your hip back, push the ground away from you as you come up through your big toe, baby toe, and your heel. So give this a try and then let your coach know how it feels.